All right. Yes. Oh my God, I know that sound.
Okay.
Sarah from Hey Frase.
It's a podcast, not a cast pod. Hey
Frase, Samy K.
She'll make you say, oh my God. She got the scoop on pop culture news. So grab a drink, it ain't what you think. It's Sarah and the crew.
I can't even, I'm almost at a loss for words. I really am. Welcome to the Hey Frase Podcast. Today is such a special show. In fact, I got so many messages and likes. Every week on my Instagram, we put out like a coming up this week, who the guest is going to be. Never have we ever put out an image that had close to 600 likes and like 60 comments of people so excited
Nice.
for today's guest.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to be back.
You know that voice. Today, Samy K, CEO of Snacklins, which we're going to talk all about for those of you who are not already onto this amazing hip chip, is here. But he is also a longtime dear friend of mine. We started in radio together over 10 years ago on the Kane Show on Hot 99.5.
12 years ago, Sarah.
12? Okay,
was
why don't
honestly-
you go with my math?
Okay,
'Cause
no,
I'm
it was
trying
definitely
to-
about like 12 years ago. Because I couldn't even drink yet. Or I've known you since before I could drink legally. And here we are today.
Oh my
drinking
God.
some rosé.
Cheers, my friend. And of course, former co-host of the Hey Frase Podcast, you started with me. You started it all with me.
It was awesome.
It was awesome until it was not awesome.
Okay, sure. I don't know. I still have really fond memories of everything. I'm like, I also
too.
feel like I'm a dog.
Well, here's the thing. You know, the last episode we did together, you were very mad at me, but I've known you for a long time. So I knew when it was our last episode and you were like, bye, I'm never coming back. I was like, oh, he'll come back. And everyone was like, that seems really rude. He's never coming back.
Well, no, as in like I was saying, like I don't plan on going to, like I think when most people leave a show in our position, they go and they immediately find another show. I was saying like, I'm not coming back to like the game. I'm not coming back to the industry.
And that is the truth.
That's the truth. I haven't. I've gotten some requests and I was like, what the hell's wrong with you?
You piece
Absolutely
the fuck
not.
out. I did see when you left the Hey Frase Podcast, which would have been like a year ago, I think CW wanted you to do like commercials and stuff. And I think you did one and then you were like, fuck you.
I did one and then I was just like, fuck that. Honestly, the thing is I never even called them. I never emailed them. I just stopped showing up. Like, I never, technically I probably still have a job there. Because I just never quit. Like I never.
They're waiting for you.
And I've never gotten fired technically. So sure, awesome.
You are, okay, I mean, there is so much. People had so many questions for you, and we are bringing back all the famous things that you're known for, like Samy Rants. On Mondays, we do Pineapple Mail, where viewers write in, and we have very salty emails today, so I can't wait to hear your response.
Fuck them. I'm excited about this. Let's do this.
But there's so much to talk about in your life. When you left this show, I think you talked about Snacklins on the podcast, but nobody knew like how big it was going to become. Now you're in Whole Foods and Mom's Organic, and you have also gotten a prestigious invite. You had one earlier this year to Montreal for Food Bites, which we're going to talk
that was
about.
Awesome.
And the biggest news of all is you're going to be a dad, which is like, okay, blow my mind, like blow me.
Well, I mean, I think my friends put it to me best in Iowa when they reached out, when they found out, because they go, dude, we're surprised it took you this long to get someone pregnant.
That is true. I have had people tell me, by the way, that they're shocked that you have not had a kid until now.
They're just shocked. They're like, wow, that's good for me. I mean, I'm not going to throw any shade at other people, but I know a lot of other people on radio and TV that popped out way more kids before I did. So.
Well, I can remember over the years we were kind of worried because, and I got to ask you, like, if you're still smoking all the time, but you'd used to partake in a lot of weed use. Like, you'd come into the podcast, you'd get out your dropper, and you'd put your liquid THC in, and then we'd roll.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, like, we also worried, like, we've also kind of thought over the years, like, maybe the swimmers aren't swimming.
I think that's the issue. I think my swimmers weren't swimming for the longest time.
But now.
And then they just started swimming again. Or they just thought there was a Waffle House somewhere in the fallopian tubes and they just got distracted.
Well, because your skin looks great. So you must be like smoking a lot less. You must be like,
Yes.
You're responsible.
Yes, I'm totally responsible. No, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it's also just how much work you're doing, you know.
Like, you're so busy to work, you can't party like you used to.
I mean, it's not even about partying. I think beforehand, like, I would be trying to think of ideas and I would just hit a wall. So what would I do? You know, go hit the bingaroo and I'd come back and I'd be set to rock and roll and I could think of some other crazy idea, some other crazy thing. I don't have to think about crazy shit anymore all the time.
Well, I was always pushing you for clients. I was like, I need you to come up with videos. And you'd be like, God damn it, Sarah, I can't just come up with these videos.
Yeah, I'd have to go home and get ripped. I'd have to just get ripped and start like watching things and be like, oh, wouldn't that be really funny? So no, I think, yeah, I mean, like today, for instance, I went to work and I was fixing machines. Like I was installing a belt on a bag sealer.
Oh my God, you do. Okay,
you can't be that high for stuff
labor?
like that. Yeah, dude, I was sweating my ass off earlier because I was actually like, no joke, taking apart a massive bag sealer. It's probably as big as this table, and I was just reinstalling the belt, putting a new like tape on there, like installing stuff. Oh, it didn't work. Got to do this. Like, ridiculous. I have to do everything.
That is amazing because I've always wanted to see you like ride a 4-wheeler. Like I just don't picture you.
Fuck no, I would never do that.
I want to see you operating machinery.
So, last week, because we started off with like Whole Foods in all the Northeast this week, and so we had to get like all these orders done, right? So I was like going through that. Even I like got on the line and I was actually like bagging chips. And I guess the people there, because when I do it, I usually do it at night. I'm like helping out at night, never during the daytime. But because they saw me in the daytime, everyone just lost their mind. And they were like coming by and taking pictures of me in a hairnet.
You in a hairnet?
You have to. It's a manufacturing facility. Like you can't just go in with like, you got to wear a hairnet, even like a hat on top of that just to make sure that.
Oh my God.
Like,
what
you know how pissed people would be if you get a hair in your bag of Snacklins?
Oh, I know. No, we're not going there.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I've got a couple of sponsors I want to shout out. Then we're going to get into all your questions. We are live on Facebook on my page, Sarah Fraser. If you have a question, my special guest today is, of course, the legendary Samy K. If you grew up in D.C., Baltimore, Louisville, Kentucky, Memphis, Tennessee, Cincinnati, Tampa, Florida, you know this voice from where it all started on the Kane Show on 99.5. Then he was my co-host for the first year of Hey Frase Podcast. And now he is the CEO of Snacklins, the vegan snack chip company that is doing gangbusters. And I can't wait to share with everyone your success and how you got there. We have to thank Mark Livingstone from Cornerstone First Financial. If you are in the market to buy a house, you need a great mortgage and loan person. Go to heyfrase.com. Mark's picture is right there on the right, and boom, apply. All of your fees are waived up to $450. I just got approved last week with Dan. We're buying a condo. Samy, did you think that I would still be with Dan after all these years? You did?
Yes.
Do you think I'll marry Dan?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think I'll stay married to Dan?
I think at this point, it's almost like me and marijuana. Just been together for so long, you don't really know how to live life without each other.
I am really addicted to him. Like, I trash him all the time, but I'm so addicted to him.
And I like Dan, because remember, Dan's a nerd like me, so like I appreciated Dan.
He is such a fucking nerd. I can't take it.
And I was just so worried that, because I guess I've only really seen you, like, I've known you for a long time, but you only dated literally like one other person.
Yeah, forever.
Okay.
But, Samy has seen me.
And when I think of that, I go, well, this is definitely the lesser of the two evils. He is way better. He's definitely a catch compared to,
Ed.
I wasn't going to say the name, but yeah, sure.
We call him Old Man.
Yeah.
But you've seen me, I've had, and I talk about it, I've had some indiscretions. I definitely really love black men. So I'm not sure if like what's going to happen there.
Do you forget that I was there for that?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
We're moving along anyway. So I just wonder your predictions. But I love Dan so much.
I think you need that. I think that someone like Dan is great for you, because I kind of like, and I feel like I almost got my Dan,
Yes,
they're
I can't wait to talk about her.
Okay, solid, like, yeah. They're not really bouncing like us. Like, dude, I was working in radio one day, then I was doing music another day, then I was in TV, and now I'm selling chips. Like, my life's a clusterfuck.
Oh, I'm an emotional wreck.
You need someone like solid who's like, that 10 years from now, he's still going to be in the soccer game. Like, he is still coaching. Like, he is consistent. He's not going to change. Like, he's going to come back. His favorite food isn't going to change next week. It's going to always be the same thing. Yeah. Like, and that's good. Like, I needed that consistency. I think I needed that, like, that solid, that solid base.
Oh my God, we have to talk about that. Okay, because I want to know. Yeah, Amy sounds like that. So anyway, Mark Livingstone, Cornerstone First Financial, they have your mortgage needs. Once you have the house, you need insurance. Jessica Claros is a licensed insurance broker in Maryland. Okay, she's got you for auto, home, life insurance, short-term, long-term disability. I got my act together enough to get short-term and long-term disability. Jessica Claros is a farmer's rep, so you need to go to farmers.com/Jessica Claros, or you can give her a call as well. She's unbelievable in Silver Spring, Maryland, and they get you for everything. So be sure, it's so important, by the way. Now that you're going to be a dad, you're going to get life insurance?
Dude, I've been going through all that, like writing a will, life insurance.
Oh my God, I love it. Jessica's number is 301-273-1133. And lastly, we have to say a big hello. I've started my essentials routine. By the way, how's my skin looking?
Looks fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah.
How am I looking? Am I sweating? I think I'm sweating already.
Yeah, it's really hot in here, actually. Maybe we can, I don't know if we can lower the AC.
Oh, that's all right.
They're going to lower the AC, you poor guy.
Just give me a sweat towel. I'm fat. It's fine.
You aren't fat. You look great. You look like you've lost weight.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I've definitely gained the sympathy with my pregnant girlfriend. So, like, as her belly's gotten bigger, I've been trying to compete.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, BioClarity is now signed on. It is our first skincare company ever that is endorsing the Hey Frase podcast. You're going to be seeing it all over my social media, but BioClarity has 2 great routines. The Essentials routine for normal or dry skin, which is what I'm using, and the Clear Skin routine for a combination of oily or breakout-prone skin. It's 3 easy steps. You just clean, treat, and restore. Plus, they have their own unique Floor Lux from Chlorophyll, which is a unique and all natural ingredient infusion that helps your skin. Their unique ingredients are amazing. Floralux is a clever form of chlorophyll. It's proven for nourishing the skin, soothing away imperfections and blemishes. It's like green juice for your face. Detox and rebalance with BioClarity. You can get started on healthier habits with your skincare. Just go to bioclarity.com. And of course, you get a Hey Frase discount. My listeners will get their first month for 50% off a routine, plus shipping is free. And it comes with 100% risk-free money-back guarantee, but you need to enter my code FRASE. That's bioclarity.com and enter FRASE. So thank you to them. And your skin can look like mine, just baby soft. I'm going to get you some, Samy.
Oh, thank you.
What do you think? You got oily skin or dry? I mean, it looks oily now, but you're just sweating.
I'm oily, yeah. I'm pretty greasy on the regs.
So let's talk about Snacklins first, okay? Before we talk about you being a dad and then how you met Amy. So Snacklins was a company that I had heard about that you had started a couple years ago with a friend of yours. And you had basically said it is vegan pork rinds.
Well, it started off, it's kind of like a joke between me and a buddy of mine. And we had made a vegan pork rind. Like he had, I kind of said I'd been working on one. I could actually do it. He was like, if you do it, let's tell it at the restaurant. It'd be funny.
Okay.
And then we made them, and it kind of just went from there to we never actually sold them at the restaurant, but a friend of ours was like, you should sell them at our brewery for this event over the weekend. We said, okay, cool. So we showed up there. Then from there, a grocery store approached us. So it just kind of all happened really quickly where it was literally
so
just us
fast.
like making them as a joke for our friends at a bar to within 3 weeks, we were there trying to get nutrition facts. We were trying to get packaging. We were trying to actually figure out how we're going to make these and sell them to these grocery stores. And it just kind of a snowballed from there. And so now we sell a lot of chips.
But here's my thing is why I'm so happy for you. Because ever since I've known you, you have had such a love for the restaurant and food industry. Like when you talk about finding your passion never really was radio, TV broadcasting.
Yeah.
Like you're incredibly good at it. But I don't think that was your love, right?
No, I liked it because it gave me an opportunity to kind of be with the things that I thought were really cool, So like I liked it because I got to do like all the food and restaurant reviews, and no one, especially when we first started, no one gave a shit about food or restaurants at all. Like now every fucking news station, every radio station, every publication is doing something about food. Then it was literally the Washington Post and then nothing else. Like there was nobody cared at all. And so people were like, yeah, you can do it. And I liked it because I thought it was very interesting. And so it got me a chance to meet all these people, to be friends. I mean, all my friends now work in the industry, in the restaurant industry in some way, fashion, or form. And so it's just kind of, I got a chance to really just hang out with them and meet them. And then it kind of helped, where normally I would have not gotten a chance to stage or to work at these really nice restaurants in town, like Kiri-san, for instance. But I feel like it helped that, he really is passionate. We know him from another career in radio, but, let's give him a shot. And I think, that really helped a lot. So.
But are you, like, what I think is so amazing for you, right, is all the years that I've known you, to some degree, I think you were searching for that thing that was like yours, that you because you are so fucking creative and talented. Like, whether you had to go home and smoke or whatever, you would come up with the best video ideas, the best food concepts. And I'm so proud of you because it's like this one seems like it just like stuck for you. It's your like it's so working out.
Yeah, it's working out. I mean, granted, we have some really rough days. We've been through a really rough patch recently, trying to get through, because we're going through a construction and going through, being out of stock in some stores and trying to get back up, which is a good thing. People are buying the product much faster than we can make it.
Yes,
so,
I know they have been since the start.
But yeah, I think it's just, just to have that option to do your own thing. And I think my creative juices, I think it's funny. Like I tell people this, I just do my own little mini radio shows all day long. You know, I'm talking to clients. I'm there at stores. I'll demo. When I used to do demoing of a product, I was so good at demoing the product. People would say that, and I was like, yeah, dude, it's great. It's literally like doing the promo events that we would do at like a ski chalet or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, we just show up for 2 hours and be like, hey, what's up? You want some free shit? Like, and that's what I do. And like, I loved it. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm still kind of getting that creative juice out just in a different way. You know, I got to sit there and think of new ways to market the product, new ways to create, you know, and it's more of, I don't know. I felt like it's a way like you have to go a lot deeper. Like beforehand, I could just kind of think of an idea and I could give it to you. And that superficial kind of initial idea was really good because we just had to get it out. We were more on a time crunch.
Sure.
Where now I'm not on that time crunch. So I can just sit there and think of things forever and like work on these plans and get stuff going. And it's fantastic. You know?
So how has it been for you to learn the business side? Because I also think people didn't realize who've been listening to you for years. People know how smart you are, but I'm not sure people know, like, it seems as though the business side you've really taken to. Like, you and I got together a few months ago, and I was saying to you, like, I've had people ask me, like, where do you want the Hey Frase podcast to go? Like, do you have a pitch deck? And damn, you like pulled out this pitch deck and investment deck and all this. I'm like, shit, this guy is like so onto it. So how did you know how to do the business side?
Oh, well, I'm shit awful at that side. I'll be honest with you.
What?
I'm not good on the ops side, like on the operations side. I've been working on it. But I mean, that's tough. So I feel like the nice thing and kind of the thing that I always tell anybody, I think I did it in radio unknowingly. And I think we do it. I think you do it. And a lot of people that are successful do it, that you go to your job every day and you realize your job isn't to do, your job is to learn.
Ah, okay.
And so every day I go in there and I know, all right, well, I've got to clearly learn something because if you hate learning, you can't start up a new business. Because one day I'm there and yeah, okay, I made the chips, but now what? I have to learn every detail about plastic bags, from what they're made from, the different design styles, the sizing, how you can seal them, how you can fill them. I mean, like, I know more about gusseted bags, pillow bags, like polyethylene. It's like you have to learn this shit. Like you have, and every day you have to learn something new. So like, I didn't know 6 months ago how to fix this packaging machine, but it broke on me once, and I just had to do it. So like every day you're constantly learning something new. And if you're not really into that, and I think that's really what I liked a lot. And I think that's why I actually like worked in like the morning shows and stuff, because every day I'd just be learning a bunch of new random information about these new random stories, because you always want to sound knowledgeable.
Yeah, sure.
And so now I still like learning. And so I'm just kind of switched that over to now I'm just learning like really in depth about other things. I mean, I worked with this accelerator called Union Kitchen based out of DC.
Okay.
And I mean, I got with them. They came to us. We were part of their first accelerator program. They came to us. They're like, all right, here's how we can do this. And we kind of learned together, you know? So like I learned how to make the pitch deck with them. I learned how to get all these financials, to get, you know, to figure out what my cost of goods are, where my break even point is, you know, how I can do projections and all this stuff that, yeah, you can go learn it in a school. But even the kids that learn it, and you know, after 5 years, 6 years in college, they come out and they still don't know how to do it in a regular, everyday kind of way. And so you just have to be willing to sit there and like to learn every day.
Well, a lot of people that are listening to this are entrepreneurs themselves or trying to be. So what's like the biggest thing that you've learned that you would share with people? Like, would you recommend to people going into business? Because yours, I mean, holy shit, like stuff's happening for you that I'm sure it takes people 5 years, 6 years. I mean, you're in Whole Foods. Now you're getting to launch Whole Foods in the Northeast. You're in Mom's Organic. You know, you've had every press outlet in D.C. from the Post, Washingtonian Magazine cover you. So what would be your biggest like piece of advice?
I think the thing that people really need to do is you need to take a step back. And I guess luckily for me, because I'm a Muslim and I don't like pork rinds, I never really felt like really attached to the idea of a vegan pork rind, where a lot of other people, if they're making burritos or they're making something, they feel attached to that because that is their recipe, that is their baby. And you need to unattach yourself and then really look at it and say, is this shit? Because people are so into their own stuff that they're like, no, you don't understand. Like, I make these mixed nuts. I make them for my friends when they come over. They love my Chex Mix. I want to sell that. And I go, okay, but here's the thing. First off, you're using Chex Mix. That's another company's brand. Second, they never really think through it. Like, is this actually feasible? And I find like a lot of people go, this is a great idea. There's a lot of great ideas. Like, everyone has great ideas, but it's about realizing, is this idea, can you actually execute that idea? And I think we kind of fell into that with Snacklins. Like, I didn't go out initially to do that, but it was because I was so unattached to it that I could make these changes. I mean, when people come to me and they go, you know what, I think the term of crackling without the pork, a vegan pork rind, is fucking disgusting. I didn't take that offensive. I was like, you know what? I agree with you. I think a vegan pork rind sounds gross as shit too. Ours tastes good though. Like, and then that's why when it came out, I was changing it to a puffed veggie crisp. You know, it didn't really faze me. I wasn't too attached to it. You know, and you have to be willing to pivot, because if you think about it, like we started off selling vegan pork rinds to bars and restaurants is what we thought. We had to pivot to figure out how we're going to do retail. Pivot again to figure out how we can actually sell better. Pivot again, like you're constantly pivoting, you know?
So, okay, and your latest pivot is Snacklins is really a product to people who highlight or enjoy snacking over meals,
You just want to snack. You just want to snack. So the whole idea is like with our new bag, that's like 80 calories for the whole bag. Eat the whole bag, you know, where this current packaging, you know, we were focusing on the vegan aspect of it, you know, and how it was a vegetarian option to something that people saw or people had. So
I'm eating one right now.
Absolutely. So, like, yeah, they're going to be crunchy. They're going to be salty. It's pretty much everything you want from junk food, but without the junk, you know?
These are so good. These are the barbecue?
That's the barbecue one. So,
oh, my God.
But that's
it.
I think
are like a veggie puff. Like, they are really like that.
You know, and they're good. And I think if you just, you know, if you get them, like, I think that people get turned off by certain words. Like, the word vegan scares the shit out of people. Like, I bet Dan, for instance, I could have the best vegan. Like, if they labeled potato chips as vegan, Dan would probably stop eating them. You know what I mean?
Well, he's become a vegan now.
Okay, has he? Okay, well, old Dan that I knew then. The old Dan that I knew.
Used to, I mean, honestly, I used to tell people, like, when I met Dan, like, every day he'd eat at CC's. I was like, I am not eating at CC's.
And so, like, you have to get, you know, I think there's, like, keywords. Like, you have to learn just to kind of take a step back. Like, I get trash. Like, you know, you get hate mail. I get so much hate mail now, and it's just about like, and it's hilarious, but you just take it, you go, all right, well, how can I fix this? How can I change this, you know? How can you adjust?
Unbelievable.
So that's it.
Okay, can you give us, before we move on to your personal life, which I really am so interested in, what's the next steps for Snacklins that you can publicly share?
So we're currently, I mean, I'll tell you this, we're building an awesome factory in D.C., in the D.C. area right now. And our goal is we want to compete with all of the other kind of big guys, I guess.
Okay.
And part of that is us, you know, reducing that price. So we're kind of building this massive factory so we can bring that price down. You'll see new packaging on the shelf. And once you see that new packaging on the shelf, it'll be like $1 cheaper.
Really?
Not more, yeah. So,
oh my God.
That's the big thing I can tell you right now.
And so the other thing too is you recently, you have to tell me about this. Food Bites reached out to you. You became like a highlighted speaker.
So Food Bites is actually...
What is Food Bites? Very prestigious.
Yeah, so it's actually a food pitch competition done by Rabobank, which is like the largest agricultural bank in the world. So they're based in the Netherlands.
I had no idea until I saw this on your social media. I was like, this is amazing.
So like they started off like, you know, lending money to farmers, and now they do like huge, massive. I mean, when you're a massive health food company and you need a $200 million loan or a $50 million loan, like,
love it.
I think that's who you go to. But they do this awesome food pitch competition for kind of emerging brands and other brands out there. And we were invited. We were one of 12, the only one from this area, to go out to Montreal. And we got to go out there, pitch our product 90 seconds, tell people, you know, what it was, how it was, and then you just get to sit there and talk. I mean, it was, for me, I tell people this, if you get a chance, like as an entrepreneur, the more of these kind of pitch competitions, the more of these events, I know they seem expensive, like, because I have to find a hotel there. I have to fly to Montreal, you know, I have to feed myself there in this random city for 3 days. Like, but they're so worth it. You know, that any way you can go there and you can get yourself, because in a situation like that, I was, you know, having drinks and eating with the people from Land O'Lakes, from ADM, from, you know, all these other major corporations that now I have these connects. So as we grow, I can make a call and I can be like, oh, hey guys, I want to work on this new flavor. Can you help me? And so it's things like that I think, you know, like I always, like, I think a quote I gave, I didn't know what it was from, but it's I think it's a basketball quote someone told me. But like, you miss all the shots you never take or something like that. Like, it's something like that. It's something stupid like that. And it's some basketball asshole. I don't know who.
I mean, look, I am so proud of you. And people ask me about it all the time and see your success. And I'm like, he is going to be a millionaire from this. Like, he really is. Like, you are. And I'm going to hit you up for advertising money for fucking sure. So.
Or I'll be $1 million in debt. One of the two. So I'm on the roll right now. I'm either going to file for bankruptcy in the next 3 years.
You will not. Who says anything negative? These are delicious. I don't know how you'd get any negative feedback.
But I mean, you got to think you're making thousands upon thousands upon thousands of bags of chips every week. Like, shit can go bad. And when shit goes bad, like, you got to be able to trace it. Like, people don't realize that. But
well, that part's probably a little scary, I guess.
So, yeah, like, you know, traceability and having to keep track of everything. And, like, we went from, you know, me going to the grocery store and just buying some mushrooms and onions and like making the chips to now like I have to order hundreds of pounds of like product at a time, which means I have to invest like
thousands
of dollars every week plus payroll just to get myself just to wait like 45 days or 60 days till I get that check back, and like cash flow, all this shit that I never even had to worry about. Like I kind of like working in radio, work my other jobs. Like you work 2 weeks.
You get a paycheck, right?
You work
right.
2 weeks, you get a check.
Now, okay, so for people listening and watching, where can you buy Snacklins in general? We have obviously, we have the most listeners in DC and Baltimore, but we have people listening in New York, Louisville, Kentucky. Where are the locations now people can buy?
So, like, if you're in any so we're actually kind of expanding slowly to all the Whole Foods. So right now you'll find us in the Whole Foods, most of them in the Mid-Atlantic area. So anywhere Washington D.C. down to North Carolina, up to the Canadian border. So I guess up through, Maine, if they even have Whole Foods in Maine. Do they have Whole Foods?
They have one Whole Foods in Portland, Maine.
We probably sell at that Portland, Maine Whole Foods.
I can't wait. I'm going there in 2 weeks. I'm going to, my family, because my mom, everybody loves you. I am so happy for you. I feel like this is the happiest I've ever seen Samy K.
And then online, it's kind of easier. We are working, like when we have that new pack change and everything comes out, we'll be on Amazon and all the other big sites. But for now, we work with Thrive Market directly.
Okay, Thrive Market.
And
sure.
The
They're
best
huge.
bet is Union Kitchen Grocery, honestly.
Okay.
Because we make the product at their facilities, and so they will never, ever, ever run out.
People are asking all that. All right, let's transition because this year has been huge for you. I get a phone call from you. I get a couple of phone calls from you back in the fall, which I think I just like let go to voicemail, So I was busy. And then I see all of a sudden a post on your Instagram. You are having a baby. And I almost lost it. And you were like, look, I tried to call you. I wanted you to give the heads up before I put it on social media. But tell us about you've met this wonderful woman, which again, like I am so happy for you because you and I have both seen our dating pass and she is amazing.
Mine was much more tragic than yours, I would say. You
like,
all know
give an
that.
example.
Oh my God, are you kidding
Which
me?
one?
How many
Which one?
horrendous examples? I stayed in a relationship with a girl that one day just looked at me in the middle of dinner, held a knife, and was like, I could stab you right now. And you can do shit about it. And I was like, I love you? I don't know. Like, shit.
What was the last one that you were very upset about? She'd gone onto your Facebook. She DM'd somebody else, and she.
Oh, that was another from beforehand. Yeah, she was like messaging like people on her Facebook at my house
But
about
she
like
wanted to give blowjobs.
Like want to like sit on their face and stuff. Yeah, and then it's happened a couple times. Let me just tell you this.
So first of all, tell us how you met Amy. Like, how did this happen?
Like every true modern day romance starts
on the internet.
Tinder,
okay,
yeah,
Tinder.
So I swiped right. We started hanging out. I think she was. I mean, I don't think either of us were really looking for anything. I think she was like planning on going on this long work trip for a while, and so she's like, I'm gonna be gone. Let me just go on a couple dates, get some free dinner. She showed up to the first date, which I was surprised at.
Okay.
We only talked about carbohydrates for like the first 2 dates. So we just talk about noodles and bread, and that's it. That's like our true love and passion is noodles and bread.
Oh my God! So she's a big foodie too.
Big food person.
You'd have to be with a foodie.
And
okay.
then and I think it also helped like the fact that that first date, I knew that because I don't know, sometimes I'm just a little bit overbearing on first dates. So
okay.
I made sure to take her to a place that the food was just like banging. So that way I didn't have to talk much. I could just let her eat, and she'll be like, all right, I'll go on a second date. He picks good restaurants. And so like we ended up going to this taqueria, that I really like, and I think from there I just kind of moved on, and then.
Well, it moved pretty quickly. Like, you guys clearly had a connection.
Yeah, and I think, we were moving quickly. I think we're both kind of, we were both...
Ready,
and we were just kind of going at it. And I just, we works out pretty well. She's got a great job. She likes what she does. I like what I do. We work in opposite industries, which is really nice, too. So
I know. I like that about Dan, too.
There is no, connect, her friends, her work people, I have no idea who they are, and I don't give a shit who they are. And then she runs into my people, and she doesn't give a shit who they are either. So how long after you guys started dating did you find out that you all were pregnant? Pretty quickly. I think we were together just for a few months. Few months. So
when you hear that you're going to be a dad, were you crying overly elated? Were you like, this is horrible? How did you react?
Well, I think it was surprising. I don't, at that point I was just I was really fucking hungover. I know I probably shouldn't be sharing because I'm pretty sure her parents are gonna hear this shit. And I'm gonna get railed on for this, but no, I was just, I was excited. I think after a while, it took a little bit of, Heads up. As we all know, my buddy Teddy Beats, right?
Oh my God, Teddy Beats, who does the intro, outro songs, legendary.
So he was the first person to find out. Like, we called Teddy and his girlfriend Mandy, and like when I hung out with them, and then we all hung out together, and we were all talking about it, you know. And I mean, I think it was just a surprise because it wasn't that it wasn't like, oh, it was like, oh shit, like we thought we had a lot more fucking time than this. Like, what are we doing?
Wait,
like,
was Amy surprised? Because lots of times women can be like lose it as well.
Oh,
like,
Amy,
it's
I think
like,
was very surprised, but I think she had those few hours by herself when she like realized it to be like, and she had like that time before where she's like, oh God, I'm late. Oh God, I'm late. That she was like more ready for it than I think I was, where it was just, she like came over, knocked on the door, and I was like laying in bed. I was like, ah. She's like, well, having a baby. And I just got up and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, at least take me to brunch or something first. Like, what the hell? But yeah, no, it was great. Like, I think, you know, once you kind of get by that shock and you realize, I think when it came down to it, I started, it's going to sound really fucked up, but I'm going to say it anyways. I started just looking around and being like, I don't know, dude. I've seen kids raised in way more fucked up situations than what I'm about to put that shit through.
Yes.
And like, they're not all assholes, you know? So I was like, all right, fuck it.
Oh, you're going to be a great dad. I honestly think that this is going to be like your calling. Like, I feel like you're going to be an amazing father. I think it's going to be life-changing for you. Obviously, a baby is anyway.
Yeah, it is life-changing, yeah.
I think, like, in a really positive way. Like, I think this is going to help your business, help your personal life. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm going to have this, like, half Korean, half Tunisian baby. I'm going to whore his ass out for the first 9 months, 2 years while he's so damn cute. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
So you're having a boy, by the way.
Oh, I'm having a boy. Yeah.
And what do you guys have any names picked out?
Yeah, so originally Amy just thought it was going to be a girl. So she was like, I like this girl's name. We can do this. But if it's a boy, you can pick the name. But it's not going to be a boy. Don't worry. So originally, me just because I thought it'd be fucking awesome, I wanted to name the kid Frank.
What? No.
Right? But I was going to spell it.
A little boy named Frank?
Yeah, but I was going to spell it PHREIGHNQUE. Yeah, one more time. PHREIGHNQUE. So phonetically, it's Frank.
Okay, that is so
And then she was totally down. She thought it was funny because she's like, it's not going to be a boy. Who cares? But then once like we found out it was a boy, that got nixed real quick. And then, like, the battle for us came because, you know, she's, like, half Korean, half American.
Okay.
My family, like, we're Tunisian, but yet a lot of us live in France. So, like, I was like, shit, we got to find a name that Americans, Koreans,
and French.
Tunisians, and French can all pronounce, which is fucking impossible, by the way, because, like, you would say, you know, like, even the name, like she would just say a name, like, I don't know, like, Frank. I'd be like, can't do Frank and French, Franck, Arabic, Frank. Like, you know, like this all sounds stupid. And every name she said, I would just say it like in every accent. I'd be like, nope, stupid, can't do it. Sounds dumb and that one can't do it. They can't pronounce that, you know, like you couldn't do I couldn't do William. You know,
Why,
the Korean family couldn't pronounce William at all. Like that'd be fucked up. Like, like I just I couldn't do like any like hard R. Like I couldn't do any name that was like Burr, you know, or like Burke. For instance,
Burke.
you know, like I couldn't do like Frank because they'd be like Franc, you know, stuff like that. And so
you guys are struggling.
So we end up deciding on like Dax, DAX, because Dax is just like easy. I don't think like so far we haven't found a single culture that can do. Like I'll get in like taxi cabs, you know, or I'll get like in a random bus, or I'll be randomly traveling around and be like, yo, can you just say the word Dax for me? They're like, Dex. I was like, motherfucker, got it. All right, this baby's set. All right, nothing's going to screw this up.
Dax.
Baby Dax. So, DAX.
Oh, my God. I love that. I actually I see you with the son, Baby Dax.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited because, like, I'm not going to, like, be wearing those Baby Bjorn and stuff. I found all these, like, Korean, like, wraps and stuff.
Okay.
I want to wrap this baby around like a hippie. Like, just, like, be chilling at the bar. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Chilling. I'm not going to be at the bar, let's be honest, because they won't serve children.
Your kid is going to be so rad. I'm so jealous. You know, I'm getting a few years older. I don't know. I mean, I also need to pump one out really quick because I don't know how much longer my eggs are going to hold on.
Don't you have like literally you have like 3 dozen eggs frozen from like 3 different IVF clinics here?
No, because
I could have swore how many endorsements have we done over the years? Or at least how close have we been?
We've done several endorsements, but I haven't actually frozen them because remember I tried to do one years ago, but I had to like inject myself every morning and then I had to be available for blood tests. And the radio show we work for did not want me to be out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that one, and the last time I went, I was like, be straight with me. How many eggs? And she's like, oh, you've got plenty. Like one ovary's got like 40. She's like, you're just like overflowing on one side. I'm like, great, I'm good. I'm good for the next like 4 years. But I mean, I've got to pump one out, I think.
I mean,
I want
sure.
to see how Amy's birth goes, though, because now that's how I gauge it. Like, I want to know, like, how bad the birth is going to be. I think it's the pregnancy I'm down for. Like, I can eat a lot. You've seen me big.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, so you know I can get large. So I'm not worried about carrying it. But when it comes out, like, I'm very worried. I feel like I have a small vagina, so I'm really upset. And you know I have butthole problems, so I'm worried I'm going to blow out my butthole.
I mean, first off, you know you're going to shit on the baby, right? Like,
I know, that's what everyone...
Supposedly they all do that. Like,
I know.
Everyone does.
That's so embarrassing.
I will say this, like, I think, you would be a good pregnant woman. Like, I think you'd really like it.
You think? Why?
Yeah, because
what does Amy say?
A, you don't drink that much anyway. I mean, now we're clearly having a drink, but still, like, you're not like a crazy partier.
No, that's
You get
true.
to eat all this amazing stuff. And like, dude, I do everything for. She could literally just text me. She goes, you know what? I feel like zucchini bread today. And I'll be like, shit, looks like I'm making zucchini bread.
I do like, I mean, Dan does already wait on me.
Yeah.
But I do like the
It'll
idea.
be even more, I'm telling you.
Like that I do like. I love that idea for sure of like him waiting on me even more.
But you do realize like you're going to get like super gassy and stuff, right?
You get really gassy?
Yeah. I mean,
Like
Amy
gassier
has
than
never
normal?
farted or anything. No, she's totally perfect. But I've heard from her other pregnant friends that you get really gassy, and from other friends of mine that have kids, like, yeah. Like I know of one person that literally would just like, the wife would lay on her back, and then he would take the legs and like do like a bicycle motion.
Okay.
And they refer to it as farting it out, where they would just like just kind of tweak the leg like in a bicycle motion, because she'd be so filled with gas that she had to find a way. Look, anyone here had kids? Anybody? No one else is. All right. There's someone right now in their car or in their house going like, oh my God, yeah, my husband used to fart me out too. It's like an actual thing that'll happen. I'm telling you, you're going to have to lay on your back, Sarah, bicycle motion,
No
and Dan will
way.
just like fart you out, just kind of rotate your legs, and yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh my God, that sounds so embarrassing. Like you're like, oh my God, I don't know if Dan would do that. I'd be like farting right in his face.
You have to, like, it's so like you have to.
Well, look, we're going to do, okay, a couple more things here before we let you go. First of all, I got you a little baby gift that I want you to open. This is for Dax. And if you don't like it, you can take it back. But I saw this and I thought, oh my God, Dax needs this, okay?
Amy has slowly gone through the registry. Like, first off, she let me on the registry for like 10 minutes. And within like 5, she'd already started figuring out how to block me from the registry because I just started adding like the coolest stuff ever.
Like what? I know. I'm like, Sammy's kid is going to have all the funny like onesies. Like, oh my God.
Well, yeah,
everything.
like, I mean, like the one thing I signed up, I was like, all right, well, we need headphones so I can take this baby to concerts. Okay. Oh, look, here's some light up shoes. Great. I bought the kid like gold sneakers already. Like all that good stuff, you know?
Oh my God.
These are necessary.
Oh my God, yes! Yes! This is his main outfit.
So I got this because over the years you've
That's
worn a lot
literally
of
how
flannel.
I dress. This
Yes,
is literally how I
it's
dressed for a solid 8 years of my life.
So Sammy, you guys have known for years, has worn flannel shirts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I found a little flannel like hoodie and jeans for 3 months old because he's going to be born in October.
Yep.
October-ish. And then, of course, pacifiers because I
Yeah,
figured
yeah.
Amy might just need that. But anyway.
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, here, I want to hold it up for the camera.
Oh my God, that is so good.
This is the little hipster.
And the little
it's got a
jeans,
hoodie
too.
And the little jeans for the Daxter. Oh my God, I can't
Oh
wait.
my God. No,
You-
it was so fun because now, so my CEO look now, as we call it.
Oh my God, they left the price tag
Oh,
on.
whatever. I'll rip it off. Don't worry. Babies can't read anyways.
I know, but that's so embarrassing.
And so
Here, you
yeah,
can
so
take it
like
back, though, if you
they
don't like it.
no, but so we were looking at a bunch of other stuff, and so my current CEO look is I like to wear just like black jeans and a jean shirt whenever
Okay.
like I'm just because I'm always like if I gotta work, I can kind of work and I can get it during, it doesn't bother it. And so one of my friends, they went out, they literally bought this kid like black jeans and a jean shirt, you know. So this is
Oh my
funny. So I can
God.
have this kid dress up like Sammy through the ages. I gotta find it a wig.
Oh my God, you just need a wig for it. Well,
Yeah, because I've lost almost all my hair at this point. So
no, you still have some hair. You really do. I asked people to submit questions, okay, on social media for what they wanted to know. And one of our longtime fans, at Hoba1914 on Instagram, basically wrote all the questions. So I'm going to give these to you rapid fire, and then we're going to have a Samy Rant and some pineapple mail here. And then I know you've got to go repair all this Snacklins equipment.
Oh, good. Hopefully they fixed it when I was gone. That was the point.
So here it goes. Hoba says, questions for Samy. Did he notice that his name is already a celebrity mashup of he and Amy's names, i.e. Samy?
Yeah, I've been calling her Samy. Like, we call ourselves Samy. So Samy, because that's how people pronounce Sammy anyways the first time they read it. So it works out. But
that is so natural. I love that. What did your family say when you told them that you were going to be a father? A lot of people are asking this on the Facebook Live, too. They want to know what your dad said, what your mom said.
So clearly, like, my mom, my dad were super excited about it. You know, they're very excited to be grandparents. You know, like, mom was like, I'm going to be a grandma. My dad's already talking about, like, kidnapping this kid and taking it to Tunisia and shit. So, like, there's a lot of, like, everyone's really excited. But if anyone knows, like, my background, like, you know, first generation, like, Arab Muslim, like, I've been laughing because my family will call me up like, oh my God, we're so proud of you and your wife. And I was like, wife, what the fuck? And I found out that like I guess my mom and my dad, like they were telling their siblings and they were like, ooh, now we can't tell people that he's not married. That's just not going to go over well.
So do you feel the pressure?
I mean, I don't feel the pressure at all.
Amy doesn't.
No, not at all. But they've been telling everyone like,
that you're married.
Oh yeah, it's his wife. It's his wife. And I think same in Korean culture too. Like when we were in Korea, they were like telling her uncles like, oh yes, her husband. It's like, we're not getting married, dog. We got a baby coming out. I'm saving that money.
We're not getting married, dog. How does he think Magoo is Sammy's dog, you guys might remember, who's blind and has tons of cataracts, will react to the baby? Some pets get jealous at first.
So Magoo is just too old and blind at this point to care. He sleeps like 18 hours a day. He currently wears like this weird like... It's almost like a dog thong, I guess. Like, I don't know, it's like a dongy. I don't even know how you call it, but it's this thing that just covers. It's more like a loincloth, I guess. And it covers it because he's just so old, he can't control himself. So I'm pretty sure he's fine. I think Amy's dog, on the other hand.
Yes. What kind of dog does she have?
She says it's a Chihuahua, but this fucker's like 30 pounds.
Okay,
that is not a Chihuahua, okay? And it's like this mix, but I think that dog is going to get extremely jealous of the baby. Like, extremely
Okay,
jealous.
well, Dan wants a dog, so if it doesn't work out, we might take this 30-pound Chihuahua if you need a place for it to go.
I was like, do you want Magoo? Because he's still living.
No, I don't want that
He's
dog.
just rotting from the inside, but he's still trucking along.
It's so hideous. He also says, and this is a joke, why is your pullout game so weak?
Dude, I was just proud of myself that it took, until the age of 32 to do this, so...
I know, it is really true. It is a
miracle.
miracle.
Really good on my end, like...
Lastly, he says at Hoba1914 on Instagram says, I'm so glad that Snacklins is taking off and everything is going so well for you, Samy. So with all of that, do you ever have time to do any Bonnie Rash work? #Rashhole.
No, I don't do any more music stuff. Teddy still does, as you know. And Teddy was my counterpart in Bonnie Rash. So he's still doing work with like the Beard Man Group and Armada Music. So he's actually got a new single that just came out like 2 weeks ago.
He's on Sirius XM
Saturday.
All the time.
It's awesome. So yeah, so Teddy still does it. I still hang out with him. I'll help him out if he ever needs anything, but I'm too, it takes, you can't just go into a studio and make a song. Like, that's a life. You know what I mean? It's your entire life. And so I don't have another life to give right now. Like,
no, you're so busy.
Got my first baby Snacklins and my second baby Dex.
Okay, I think you got to reverse the order. I think you got to.
Oh, it's reversed. I guess I'm going to wait. This is going to be the part when Amy's listening to it that all of a sudden I get this really nasty text.
So, look, we want to do, you're known on this podcast for your rants, a Samy Rant, where you would go off and you would do epic rants. You would rant on everybody. So we're going to throw up 3 stories and we want to know your honest opinion.
All right.
Family of 5. You might know the YouTube family that has been banned as pranksters after the child abuse conviction. Now, these people are from Maryland. You guys might remember. Michael and Heather Martin were sentenced to 5 years of probation last year for treatment of their children in videos. Some of the scenes included one of their young kids slapping their daughter in the face. Another prank, they told their son they poured invisible ink, all over the rug. They had the little boy come in and accused him of dumping ink on it and punishing him. And then he broke down in tears. So they lost custody of 2 of their children. Then they had to move from like Rockville, Maryland to West Virginia, where they started another YouTube page. But all of their YouTube pages have been banned. They claim that the kids were always in on these jokes and that there was no child abuse. even though they have lost the children.
You know how I feel about social media in general, okay? I 100% think this is literally just the tip of the iceberg. Like,
Really?
This is just the tip of the iceberg because everyone fucking thinks that they can now be super famous. And the other thing is people now just want to be famous. There's nothing else about it. They go, well, I'm famous. Fame equals money. Like, you know, motherfuckers, you're not even like, how much money did you have to spend for your lawyers? How much money, like how much torment, you know, did your kids go through? How much did your family go through? Was it really worth what? The $100,000?
They were making at their height $300,000 a year.
Okay. $300,000 a year for how long?
I think a couple years, 2 or 3 years.
2 years. All right. So probably less than $500,000 once tax and everything is done.
Yep.
And you've destroyed your family. Like, do you understand that you could work at McDonald's for 5 years and fucking make that money? Like what the fuck is like? You could work any job, like any job, and you could still get pretty close. You know, even if you're working the lowest paid, like still minimum 10 years, like you didn't ruin your family. I feel like I look at now and I look at like my nieces and nephews, and I look at some people and like they're just all about these likes. And I'm like, great. So congratulations, you're 17 years old. You get 450 likes on one of your Instagram photos, but yet you don't know shit. Like,
you are always good about bringing it back. I think one time I came in, I was really depressed because I was like, oh, maybe I should be a fashion blogger. They're getting so many likes. And you're like, Sarah, get a hold of yourself.
They don't do anything. They don't fucking do anything. I get requests. I'm going to get in so much trouble with this. I get requests all the time from food bloggers and shit being like, yo, you should send us your product. Give us some money. We'll do this. And I go, you know what? Hit me up in a year. If you still got a company, let's do something. No one's ever hit me back up. You want to know why? Because they're usually not around. Because anyone can do that. You can sit there and all you do is, look at these random fucking like companies around here, like DC Food, DC Food Porn, DC Food Blogs, DC. It's all this DC based, DC whatever, DC Food something. And there's a dozen web pages, a dozen Instagram sites. They all have 50 to 100,000 followers. Motherfucker doesn't do shit.
I know.
Like they post a picture of my product and they're like, awesome. Guess what I can prove? That nothing came of that. Like 100%. I can go out there and I could sit in every grocery store for the next week and be like, did you buy this because you saw that on whatever food blog? But no, they don't do that. And I think the positive part is though, when you're there, just like how you do with like radio, I was telling Sarah this earlier, like when you're doing advertising in any sort of way, it's not really about a direct return of investment, like not a direct ROI. It's more
really
about
like
getting your name and getting awareness out there. So at that point, how is me paying some blogger to do this as much like I could just have a bunch of college kids, give them a bunch of free snacks and be like, yo, dude, take a picture. And that's going to hit as many people and get as many of that. You know, I think when you look at it, people talk about like their likes, their followers, that doesn't mean anything.
Well, now they can all be bought too, even more so than when you were on the show. I mean, it's crazy.
And like, so it doesn't make any sense. And so I'm just so against it because you see shit like this, like they think they have a career now. And the problem is though, they never fucking leave this little area. Like that's why they have to go to West Virginia. Like if you're in New York, you're in DC and you try to walk up to somebody like, yeah, what's up? I'm a YouTube blogger. They're going to laugh you out of the fucking room. You know what I mean? Like in LA, go try that shit. They're going to laugh you out of the room. But fucking, I bet, somewhere in Iowa where I'm from, like they'll think you're a celebrity, and they hook you up at the TGI Fridays every week, man. You get a free daiquiri, like that's sick.
I gotta say the Daddy 05 guy looks a little off to me mentally too. I hate to judge, but like I just look at him, I'm like, this guy doesn't look like he has all his marbles. Okay, next story. A Greenville, South Carolina dentist continues to go viral over the past week for doing Drake's In My Feelings, but he does it in my fillings. And he is smoking hot. Dr. Rich Constantine. And here is his video. Like, would you go knock your teeth out to go see this guy? Because that's what the internet is saying. They basically want to knock their teeth out to go see this guy, or they want their root canals. Oh my God, he's hot as hell. Oh hell. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting like
really?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna throw this out there too.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He is so hot. I'm sorry. Wow. Like that beard. Oh my God. And those arms. He's like amazing. Oh,
First off.
Oh, look at that smile. Oh my God. Dr. Constantine.
Why would you want those big ass fingers in your mouth? Like, he can't even put his thumb in the back. He can't even put his pointer finger in the back of your mouth without stretching out your jawline. He's a Neanderthal, Sarah. Like, he's a big guy. And I'm also going to throw this out there, too, that whenever I read a story, like,
gorgeous.
Sexy bus driver, sexy dentist, sexy this. It's like, that's just because we have set the bar so low.
But you don't see dentists that look like that. I'm sorry. The dentist I go to is lovely, does great work, but Dr. K doesn't look like that.
Well, yeah, because they're dentists. I don't want my dentists to be supermodels. I want them to look like they actually read a fucking book.
Oh my God.
Like, I want them to look like, they may have paid attention in dental school a little bit.
People are agreeing. Alexis says he's not that hot. He's not worth knocking your teeth out for. And by the way, he's married. Okay,
yeah.
Well, sorry, people. I thought he was smoking hot. All right, last story. Samy,
I'm going to throw this out there. If he was an athlete, you wouldn't be saying shit about him.
Oh, I think he's so hot.
If he was in any other industry and he wasn't like literally, it's like saying like a hot garbage man. Well, yeah, no shit, dude. Like 99.99% of his competition is covered in garbage.
But this dentist kind of looks like Jimmy Garoppolo, the NFL quarterback.
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yes.
Let me know that reference.
Well, he plays in the NFL as a quarterback, and he was out with this porn star, and he's so hot.
Oh,
I mean, he's really like,
you're thinking, porn star, I've got a chance now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've got some porn moves. I mean, as long as you catch me before 8, you know the tricks I
know.
do.
Yeah, dude, you love the Kentucky snowstorm.
I do. Last story.
Okay, he does not look like that.
Look at Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh my God, so
Jimmy Garoppolo,
hot.
see?
Gorgeous.
There you go.
Kentucky
I'm telling you,
snowstorm
if Jimmy
away.
Garoppolo was a garbage man, all right, there'd be a video right now on thesun.com being like, look at how hot this garbage man is.
Last story. Now there is a new alarm clock that will wake you up by subtle orgasm. Samy, do you think that this is something that Amy would ever want? The alarm clock, you just tuck into your underwear. It has 27 different levels, and it will wake you up gently over 5 minutes. It retails for about $80. And then
that's it? That's cheaper than most vibrators. Shit, like, I'm buying that shit now.
Okay, and then it has a snooze button. Who's going to really put this in their underwear? Really? Come on.
Honestly, there's one person in this room I could think of.
Me? I'm not going to...
You. I would totally see you doing this. Totally. Yes, you would. Are you kidding me?
How do you think I would do this? No, I own a normal vibe. I would not do this. Who's going to sleep with that?
Yeah, but think about, like, do you wake up in the morning stressed out, Sarah?
Yes, of course. I'm on 100.
Think about how little stress you would have if all of a sudden you little touch you off. You know what I mean?
I hope it would help. I mean, I need something for my jaw. My jaws are so tense. Like, I don't know why, but they are.
My jaws are so tense. And Dan's very happy.
I have such tense jaw, so I need something like that. Anyway, this is the latest alarm clock, which will wake a woman up by orgasm. And
that's genius. But I think that here's the issue is like
a little rooster.
I mean, like, I think the most problem that people are going to think is like I'm saying, like, it's clearly got to sit in, right?
Yeah, you got to like kind of tuck it into your underwear. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, does that have to go internal or just kind of stay on the outside?
No, it stays on the outside. You almost like tuck it between your little lips.
Well, that sucks because you can't ever like sleep in, au natural. You've always got to have underwear on.
Yeah, that's not healthy for you.
And I feel like it can't be comfortable. Like, it's got to move. And if it moves to the wrong side, what does that happen? Like, does it? I guess it'll still wake you up.
I agree with you. And, thanks to you, now I sleep without underwear.
It's fantastic.
It is. It is really amazing.
We're a no underwear household, so Amy's going to punch me for that one too, I bet. All right.
Hey, no worries. Now I've learned I can't wait until I get pregnant and then Dan has to fart me out. Like that.
Oh my God,
it's
so awesome. Hearing that story, like I will say this, like I haven't been able to do that to Amy yet, but that's one of my dreams in life. Like when I talk about things that I want to accomplish in life now, like Snacklins has taken a hard number 3 as opposed to me raising us to like a healthy baby and then farting my girlfriend out just one time in my life. Like, that's just really my goal.
All right, look, we do a thing at the end of the show called Pineapple Mail. That is all of the listener messages. You've been amazing, by the way. People are dying on Facebook. They love you. They want you to come back. I did say to you, it is my goal to get you to come back. I already know, like, because you talk about pivoting. But see, I am very emotionally attached to this show. I need to become less emotionally attached. But I want to end up doing the show like we intro it, then I have a panel of some sorts, and then a guest, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to be one of the rotating panel people. So like you can come on like once a month.
Perfect.
Would you ever come back?
Yeah, of course.
What?
I would bring you, look, I would totally come back.
I will get you an endorsement.
I don't need an endorsement. I'll just come back and help you out. Pay for my parking.
Okay, I'll pay for your parking.
Deal.
Oh my God. I'm serious.
And a glass of rosé. Dude, I'm a great negotiator.
You are so good.
That's so good. I got a glass
Well,
of
I would hope
rosé and
we've
free
been friends
parking.
for a long time. I hope you wouldn't screw me like
Like
charge me
what?
too much.
Oh, what? Like we got screwed in every other contract we've done? Been there,
Good point.
done that.
Good point. So here's some of the messages that I get, okay? Today people are salty. I recently put up on my Instagram at Hey Frase a picture of Andrea, who you just met, Samy AJ, our producer, you're sitting across from her, and Leslie, who you met, who's our digital content creator. She does all the video. Okay, so I just started the caption, like, how gorgeous they are, all right? Basically saying, like, they're so, not only are they talented, but they're also really gorgeous. I will read to you the caption because this woman...
Yeah, let me hear this caption exactly verbatim.
I say, how gorgeous are these two? Love working with @the Andrea J. Lopez and Leslie Oquindo on the Hey Frase podcast. They have incredible stories of breaking into the entertainment business by being persistent, innovative, and their social media skills are terrific, as well as being assertive. I love how they both stick up for themselves. Follow them for funny videos, YouTube vlogs, and behind-the-scenes podcasting, because I always want to try and help them get new followers. Okay, this woman writes to me, and she says... As someone who's all about female empowerment, you really should use another adjective besides gorgeous. Well, it's true. You use it quite often to describe AJ and Leslie, and it's quite obvious that they are smart, witty, ambitious, hardworking, and so many other things in addition to gorgeous. Not trying to be an asshole, but I am just saying. Okay, do you think that I shouldn't use gorgeous to describe these two?
Well, I think what it is, it's like, it's people showing like that power that you have, right? And like you have that influence over people that you can actually change, just like how when we worked at other, shows, every station we've ever worked for, you could, if you start saying something, you start making something more acceptable and how you talk about it, people hear that. And the second they hear you say it, they accept it, And I was trying to find, but like, you would never, like, if I came on the show, it would never be like, oh my God, the super hunky, hot Samy K. Oh, and did I tell you he speaks 3 languages and he's also a CEO of a company? Like, no, you say, when you talk about, I think I do the same thing too. And I've actually had to make a huge, like, conscientious effort to do it differently now.
Okay.
That when I speak about anybody, even to my own girlfriend, she gets so mad because I just won't be like, you're beautiful, you're amazing. I will go, you're so smart, you are so caring. Because I think, like, a lot of times we try to give women that initial...
Oh, I love
you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. But in all reality, it's like men don't do that. You know what I mean? And we don't. And I think of, like, if you think about how many time you've spent just telling someone they were gorgeous when really you just been like, you're really smart and you're amazing. Like, you save a lot of time.
Well, you're going to hate this one, too. This one is from our listener, Mark, who also writes to me, hey, Sarah, so glad a friend of mine put you onto the podcast. I've been a fan of yours for years when you were on 99.5. Love the stuff that you do on Fox and miss you on radio. You often ask for feedback. I'm a little confused by this podcast, though. It feels like you're trying to promote and empower women, which is awesome. But then you have one of your staffers on the podcast begging for money for a boob job. Okay, so I hate to send anything negative, but you just have so much to offer on this podcast. He says, of course, I'm a big fan of Paul. Look forward to what the future holds for your show. Good luck. So Leslie came to us. I did not encourage this. And we had this discussion about if she should start a GoFundMe.
Yes.
She wanted to start a GoFundMe to get a boob job because she feels that she needs one. So I said, fine, promote it on the podcast. Do you think that's an issue?
I think what you're doing is like should I be more conscious of, like, because see, here's my thing though, is I just want people to do what they want. Like, and I get that, and you want to say you do what you want, but at this point, I kind of feel like as much as I want to tell people around, like, do what you want, like, you kind of have to give certain people an upper hand, Okay. Like, let's be honest, like, there has been a lot of privilege in this country geared towards certain people and not towards other people.
Right.
And so if you think about every little bit of privilege you had as you taking one step forward in a race compared to the other person, I feel like I don't want to hold myself back. So what I can do is I can help the people behind me and bring them, as close forward.
But you don't think that's helping? Like, encouraging?
It's not. I mean, I think what it is it's encouraging someone else out there who's, someone listening who's thinking, okay, well, you're right. Maybe if I did have that boo job, I could be gorgeous, and then I could be on this show, and then I could do this podcast. When it's like, you don't need to, man. Like, I find it funny. Like, there's that, there's my hero is that Australian newscaster who didn't change his shirt for 6 months.
Yes, the guy that wore
the suit. He didn't change the same suit for 6 months just to prove, like, how fucked it was that all the women had to change clothes and have different outfits every week, or else they get trashed on for it. You
make good points.
And
I
just think, at this point, like, you guys, like, at this point, you have, like, Sarah, you could literally post a picture of a turd, okay? And it's going to get more press coverage and more likes and influence more people's lives than 99% of people out there could ever do in 3 months of hitting the ground running and working hard to try to change something.
All right. You make a good point.
So like, you're in a place like that, that's honestly, I don't post shit that much anymore just because I don't like it. I don't, I'm not in that position anymore. And I don't find that I need to. And so like, I think that you have a really good,
Well, then that gives us a lot to think about on this show.
If you want, dude, look at you can have Sylvia on your show. Sylvia, who's my number 2 at the company.
Yeah.
Crazy awesome story. All
really?
Right?
Like, give us a little tip before we take
on.
All
right, well, fine. I mean, here, she is literally the true definition of the American dream. You know what I mean? And never once did anyone, and she does the same, she's like, oh, you're beautiful, you're this. Like, she knows she's beautiful, but she is such a hard worker, and she wants that kind of recognition for being the hardest worker. Like, even when I bring in help for her, she kind of gets a little, she's like, no, see, I got this. Like, I got this.
Okay.
And I mean, you talk about someone here, like the adversity and coming to this country and, being in fear every day about what's going to happen to you and your family. And then still somehow working that. Now she's sitting there and she's like, yeah, I own part of Snacklins. You know, like she's like, that's kind of the stuff that I think that, if you had a choice between, like, how I used to read all the inspirational stuff. Yes. I think it's good if you can kind of bring them down to your level. You know what I mean? Okay. So it's not all just straight inspiration. Here's their story, but talking, getting to know who they are and the thing. I mean, because people are beautiful. We know that. Clearly, you're not going to call someone an ugly piece of shit on your show. We know that. But talk about their other things, and maybe people will start doing it too. All
right. Well, that's amazing. We're ending right there. You're fantastic. Please tell people where they can follow Snacklins, where they can buy again or find a location. We're going to take tons of pictures. They're going to be up on the Hey Frase podcast, but it's at Eat Snacklins.
At Eat Snacklins.
On
That's
Instagram.
Pretty much it. On everything.
EatSnacklins.com.
Snacklins.com, sorry. Eat Snacklins on every social media. Snacklins.com on the interwebs.
Samy, people are loving you. Thank you
Loved
for
it.
being
Thank
here.
you so much.
More to come. Bye, everybody.